Hello all, it's Ben here at Stafford Station Engage. So as you can see from the intros, our focus this time on doing the Lichfield Trent Valley bridge, which is a rail over bridge, and also the platforms as well. I'll just give you a close up there on the other side. So the usual technique of using plastic art with 3D printed elements, like the PD printed bits of the staircase and the OHLE, and some of the other detailing as well, plus the top there as well, some of the pipe work and conduits. I've also made a couple of stock purchases. I bought this Gorge Master NMT HST, the Flying Banana, which comes with 2 power cars and 2 carriages. I've made it the full train by buying 2 buffets and another TGS coach, one here which I've repainted, so I'll go through that in the video. Just give you an overview of the train. I've also tried to get the pantograph section, which on the prototype has been now removed there on that bit. I've also purchased another Class 350 in the later livery, so I've got 2 350s you saw in the intro as well. So just 2 of those. I've also got another Avanti Pendolino, but I haven't got a chip yet for it, so there'll be 2 of these running in a future video, because that is really a characteristic of Lichfield, is the Avanti Pendos just bombing through on the fast up and down lines. So here I am at sunny Lichfield. This is the main overhead rail bridge. So this is what I'm going to be modelling first. So I'm just going to get some photographs of this. It's quite an interesting bridge, quite complicated. Just a view of it from this side. Quite a lot of layers to it. Basically, you've got these big supported structures and these concrete plinths you can see. And you've got the kind of bathtub arrangement of the platform, because there's an actual platform on the top, so as you can see there's a kind of bit where the platform kind of goes in to on the top there. So plus it's got the catenary as well, so yeah, not a simple bridge. Yeah. Right, I've completed the templates for the platforms. Just give you a view over all of those. I've just outlined most of the main features, and I've also done a technical drawing of the bridge. So you've got your overhead line there, and you've got your OHLE there on each side, and the buttressing support stands there. So I did visit Lichfield last weekend, so I've kind of used some of the information from here to inform me. Yeah, that's looking from the bridge, and then you've got this kind of cafe here, which is this building here, and then you've got the main bridge there, which is the overhead rail bridge, and another view, platform level, side view of it there. And then you've got this quite interesting feature, which is the kind of concrete signpost really for Lichfield. So there's a side view of it here, so that will go there. So I'll put that feature in definitely. More views at the end of the platform, and then you're getting towards the bridge section here, this one. And then this building here, which looks like some kind of rail storage unit here. yeah, so get on with making the platforms now. So just built up the plastic card on top of the 9mm ply to make up the platforms. So because there's a camber, or the correct term, cant, on this rail here, the actual loco actually obviously tilts, so this side has to be slightly higher, so I've done it 12.5mm on the other side, just 11.5. I also tried to get the curve right, so I've used quite a lot of sandpapers, as you can see on the right there, just to sand it down so I get this curve. It's less of a curve on this side, but there is a very slight curve as well. Yeah, so the next stage is to actually paint the tops, and it's got this like reddy sort of cream colour, and then there's obviously the paving as well on the sides, and the yellow stripe as well, so that'll be the next job. I've just painted the platform tops, plus the edges as well of the platforms with the paving. Just give you a view of those. So obviously not stuck down yet to the bases. So what I'm doing now is I'm just marking out these re-tarmacked areas here, so over there, so just to give the platform surface some more interest. So maybe be like a dark grey on that where it's been patched, and all this area here is dark grey, and then you've got the plinth area there which I'll spray concrete. So I've decided to have a go trying to get this edging, which is quite distinctive. If you notice, it's kind of, it's not definitely clear on this angle, but what's happening is this brick is coming out to support the platform, so you've got kind of layering of bricks. So for this side, the end piece I've done is I've created layers like that, so in order to do that I've used a styrene strip, so I've got 0.75 width, then 1.5, then 2mm, which I've just built up. And then for this particular one, I've got an extra piece of 1mm thick plastic card, 3mm wide, which I put brick on top to build the actual top bit there. On the other side, it's slightly different. It hasn't got that bit on the top that goes right to the edge like that, so I've done that as well. So both sides of the platform have this concrete base at the ends where they extended the platforms. So I thought I'd model this. So I've created an edge like that with an angled profile. So you've got a little piece of plastic card as a support, and then the piece angles in like that. So then that hits the brick like that. Testing the edging now for fitting. I've had to chip away a bit of the cork underlay underneath just to fit it, so it actually butts right to the edge there. So yeah, just had to get an angle of it there, but yeah, quite pleased with it. So we've got all the platforms and edging glued on. Just try and get a shot of that, try and pick up some of the weathering. So from my photographs I took at Lichfield of the bridge, I just panned through some of them. So it's quite multi-structured, and it's got like a bathtub underneath that holds the rail line, and then on top of that you've got the platform here. So yeah, so you've got this inner bathtub here, and then this outer structure here. Then you've got this buttressing here supporting it, and you've got other detailing as well, obviously the stairs and stuff. Yeah, so concrete buttressing here. That's a view from the other side. And then on the other side, when you go up to the top, there's this disused platform here. Yeah, and that's on the top as well. One thing it was a bit awkward to get my head around was this here, because it was like it's at an angle, and fitting all this detail here. So yeah, it was quite awkward. So from that I've done the usual elevation drawings. So I've got the front there, and I've used a kind of a model to actually scale up the relationship of the different areas. So the actual gap between the top of the train and the bottom here, I've used an actual model here, just to N-gauge model anyway, to scale it up, plus the cant as well. So that told me that the this side is higher than this side, because the cant and the loco actually leaning up like that. So that's the front. It's got to give me a rough idea of heights and things like that as well, and things in relationship to each other. So from that I've done a few of the drawings, the top level, just trying to get the dimensions of the two platforms, the disused platform and the used platform, and the general widths and the edges of the platform to the locos. And on this one I've done trying to get the staircase. There's a lot of rubber markings. It took me a while to try and get understand how stuff relates to each other, especially this complicated area here, heights of the loco in regards to the cross section of the platform, yeah, stuff like that. And then one issue I did have was actually doing the different layers, because you've got different layers basically, horizontal layers. So you've got the main platform there, which is a cross section, and obviously it's at an angle, so this is stretched. And then you've got the middle section here, and then you've got the end platform here. So I had to do several cross sections basically, just to understand how it all went together. So yeah, I've done a basic what I call bathtub for the platform edges, but basically the main bridge itself, the structural top bit. So that's the main platform, the disused platform, and I've basically reinforced it with some brass strip there, and that's the underneath. So that's I've made a start anyway. This main platform just extend off the layout here, and this end just ends here, the disused one. Yes, so that's how far I am at the moment. I've also done an overall overhead plan as well, which gives me some idea of how the bathtub fits in, and the extra detailing and the buttressing. One good thing about the overhead view is everything is to scale, as in the dimensions are exact. That's why before I mentioned that I had to do cross sections of these. You can't put these all in one drawing really, because of all the different angles and things. That's the angle that I was talking about earlier, which was awkward to get right. Well, yeah, and then that fits into the walkway section here. So yeah, there's these angles. Just trying it for size now. I've built up the elevation on this side and that side using 2x1. So just seeing how it fits. So I've got the main carcasses done and the brick facing. There's still a bit of work to do here to create a brick facing section and also the shoulder of the embankment. There's a big brick piece there. So I've tried to get as accurate as possible to the drawings and photograph. I've got a little I-beam under there. To fiddle around with this height of this though, try and get this right. Let's go around the back. It's got the pillars there and stuff, and the platform ends as well. So the next thing I want to concentrate on is the 3D printing aspect. I want to get the stairs done, but by the side of the two lift towers. And the supports here, the concrete supports here, which support the bridge. So just doing some CAD for the steps, so basing it off the photograph I took at the site, and also the dimensions I did from my picture. Both steps on both sides are the same dimensions, so just to make it easy really. So just give you a view of those. So just doing the concrete blocks for the bridge supports now. So as you notice, you've got these three. I've got a rhomboid shape which corresponds to this here, and then you've got these blocks here. Let's get a spin of those. Quite simple shapes really. So I've got the 3D printed elements on. I've constructed the two steps. And the bridge girder structure there, and also the concrete blocks which hold up the bridge. I still need to actually do the little structures that actually hold the bridge on top of the concrete blocks. So I've done the doors there. Let's go around the side. I've also done the centre structure there. Also done the side here with the basically the detailing here on the side of the bridge as well. Yeah, in addition I've raised the car park as well, so the car park is actually on a higher level. So here there's some steps that go into the car park, and I've started on the embankments as well on that side, which is just slightly lower than the rail level. Just double check the track as well, for example, a piece of track just to see if the clearance is correct. So yeah, still a few more 3D printed bits to do. I want to do this sort of section above the door here, and I think there's a couple of other pieces as well, but we're nearly there for painting now. There's also a kind of conduit here that goes up the side. I want to 3D print, so and some lights as well. So yeah, there's little other elements. So I've had to kind of fiddle around with the support jacks. I've had to raise this section a tad just so it fits them on. So I've had a kind of first painting session of it, so I'll just give you an overview of that. Trying to get the colours as per the photographs, including the kind of concrete support pillars there. Also done the railings as well. Just spin you over this side. So I've also done a track on the rail bridge. As you can see, I had quite a lot of issues actually getting this level with this, because this bed track is glued to the bridge and I want to be able to lift the bridge structure to clean the track. So I was trying to sand these down to lower the bridge so it was the track was height was in line. So as you can see, I've had to use a shim here. Also the other side isn't perfect either. There isn't a shim there, but there's a kind of height misalignment. Just give you a view of that. Some more weathering to do. The disused platform, there's quite a lot of just sort of weathering on it really, just to make it a little more worn. I painted the jacks a light grey. As you can see, the little jacks there, they need some rust weathering on as well. Just put him over here. You can see I've actually tried to get this grime on here. It's kind of a green algae or whatever is growing on the wall and it's dripping down. So I don't know if you can see that, but I've tried to get that as well. Yeah, very complex build. Just masking this platform because the prototype has this the new bit here, and it's all obviously divided platform sections. So the new bit was dropped in, I think, I don't know, a couple of years ago. Just to give you the overview of that. So on the platform tops, I've also got to get some fencing done here as well. So I've ordered some GWR fencing, which seems to, hopefully that'll kind of be what is required, because it does look like that kind of white GWR fencing on this bit. Also done these steps on the disused platform, and disused platform needs some heavily weathering on here. Yeah, it's very kind of, you know, patchy with foliage on it and stuff, rusted. So yeah, that's still to do. So yeah, a few jobs still to do. I've tried to weather the buttresses here as per the photos as well. Let's get a close up of that. So I'm just doing the car park area and this industrial area here, the surface. So I'm using my usual method of putting a 1.5mm plasticard frame in and then just filling it with grout. So I'm on the second layer now, just trying to get it as flat as possible, and on that as well. So it's the same process I did over there on that surface there, just in front where the yellowy green building is. Fine grout's fine, it just make sure you're doing it in a very dry environment. You might have to put heaters on overnight and have a dehumidifier on if you're in the garage. I painted the top surface with a grey primer, and now I'm just going to do the landscaping here. So I've used one of these foam cutters here to just basically create the embankments for the actual bridge. I've made the whole assembly so I can actually lift it out, as you can see there. So I kind of had to do that because I've got this OHLE on, which I mean, you could sort of temporarily stick it on every time, but I wanted to have a bit more of a permanent solution. So in order to glue that on, I had to fix all the supports onto the bridge, which I kind of wanted to do anyway. Yeah, so that slots into place there. So get on now with doing the plaster onto the embankments. So I've done the embankments, and I've you know, done the usual technique of using plaster, mod rock I think it's called, to cover a foam base, and then I've used 4mm static grass on them all. And this one I think I used a combo of dead grass and spring grass from various manufacturers. So I've done the same on the other side and on this side. Also had a go at making trees, which I don't say I've not actually made trees before, and I've had a go. I thought I saw another YouTuber's video on making some trees using sea foam, and decided to bite the bullet and get some sea foam as a basis. And I've used WW Scenics, I think that's where it's from. Troubles with this, it's quite tall, and so you have to kind of branch it out a bit with your fingers, and also I had to actually combine a few sea foams together. This one example I've actually used, you can see there, wire at the bottom to actually combine them, so basically electrical wire at the bottom. And then I've just used WR Scenics to spray the sea foam, and then I've used some foliage just to put on top. So I think this one I use, which I've used all up now, is this one, which is the Woodland Scenics one, foliage light green, which you kind of tear out and tease out and spread it over. And then I've just used the glue spray again to kind of set it. Very fragile once you've done it, but if you leave it overnight, they do actually look quite robust. In addition, I've just done some bushes here, just using rubberized horsehair with some turf on. So yeah, it's getting there. There's also some work on the bridge, like I'll put some extra detail there, like that pipe going across, and also done some of the transfers as well. I've done this little ticket machine here, and some of the little labels as well. So yeah, it's getting there. So another job I want to do is make up this HST new measurement train. So from Gorge Master I got the core units, which is the yellow ones, but to make the full train I've had to outsource some donor units. So I've got these two buffets, the Grand Central livery, and this, which I'll convert into a TGS. So there's a bit of work to do to convert this into a full network measurement train. So I've got the transfers from Railtech, and I've got the colour there from Railmatch. So yeah, that's another little side project. So basically finished. I've painted the basic network yellow paint, sprayed it on, took about 8 coats. Yeah, it's just it's very weak colour. I should have done a white undercoat really, and then done it. Would have been a lot quicker. So yeah, done the grey roof one. The 3D print grills don't appear really. I think it's got covered up. They're just too fine basically. Yeah, pleased with it. Although the Railtech transfers of the old livery appears the Gorge Master transfers of the more recent livery, which is this one. Got this on. Speaking of the Gorge Master one, I shouldn't have just left it alone, because I tried to sand these down, and when you do that, obviously expose the underpaint, and then I had to spray yellow again. So yeah, not the best job that. She's left it really. So that's the coach with the pantograph section, which is pantos removed, and that's the other buffet coach. yeah, relatively happy with it. So just got them on the track and give you a close-up of them. Thanks for watching the video if you got this far. It's quite a long one. So next I'll be concentrating probably more in this area. I've done the basic car park, but I haven't sprayed them the correct colour and haven't done any fencing, and there's this bridge to do as well, so it might be this area I do next. Either that or I'll concentrate on the third bridge over there, so it might be one of those. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you for the next one.